Nice. One.
Arkansas, the land of the Ozark forests and endless cornfields, is under siege by a ruthless invader, the wild boar. They destroy crops, tear up the land, spread disease to livestock, and inflict as much as $1.5 billion in losses each year. This isn't just an agricultural issue, it's an outright invasion. And in this fight, Wild Hunters takes you straight into the battlefields of Arkansas, where people must fight to reclaim their land. The question remains, who will control this land? But before professional hunters stepped in, Arkansas farmers tried everything: building fences, setting small traps, even rallying entire communities to drive the hogs away. Yet the wild boars were too cunning, too ruthless. They tore through traps, freed their own, and kept tearing up cornfields, ripping through cotton soil, and destroying irrigation ditches. With explosive breeding power, the herds spread from the Ozark forests all the way down to southern farms. Faced with this growing threat, Arkansas had no choice but to call in professional hunters, armed with rifles and modern technology. This became a campaign to defend the land. At dawn, Jacob and Ethan's hunting team moved into the forest, bracing for a day of relentless challenge. Tracks pressed deep into the soil led them closer to their prey. Then, out of the shadows, a massive wild boar emerged. The air fell silent. Jacob raised his rifle, locked onto the target, every second stretched tight as a wire. And then, the gunshot shattered the silence. The sound rolled through the woods, echoing off the ridges. But was that enough to stop an invader like this? That single shot wasn't just precise, it was the signal that unleashed the entire hunt. From that moment, the pace shifted. Waiting gave way to action, and the true battle had begun. But the clash was far from over. Just minutes later, another pack of wild boars burst out from the opposite side. There was no time to hesitate. A second hunter opened fire. A rapid volley of shots thundered through the forest, shattering the silence and echoing across the wilderness. Panic set in. The herd scattered, losing the unity that once made them so destructive. In that moment, fragmentation gave the hunters the upper hand. And more importantly, it prevented the hogs from surging down into the farmland below, where the damage could have been catastrophic. As the gunfire faded, Jacob's team pulled back to the forest edge, an open ground with a wide field of view. It was a critical choke point, blocking the herd from spilling down into the pastures below. Just as the team set their formation at the forest edge, a wild boar suddenly burst out from the thicket. It charged straight toward the pasture, creating an urgent situation. From a high ridge, Jacob fired. The gunshot thundered, but the round veered off target. He quickly followed with a second shot, yet the animal still slipped past control. Even so, in many encounters, a missed round can still force the prey to change direction, keeping them from flooding into the farmland below. Just minutes later, as the team reset their formation along the slope, a wild boar suddenly charged straight toward Jacob. Without hesitation, he raised his rifle and fired. The shot cracked across the hillside, precise and decisive, stopping the charge in its tracks. The hunting dogs surged forward, surrounding the target. Only at Jacob's command did they pull back, yielding control once more to their master. Jacob's gunfire sent another wild boar into a frenzy, charging straight toward his position. In an instant, the situation turned dangerous. But Jacob stayed calm, locked on, and trusted his experience. He squeezed the trigger. A sharp crack split the air, ripping through the silence that had blanketed the forest edge. The echo rolled across the land, a signal to the entire team that the battle was far from over. This wasn't just a defensive shot, it was a calculated move, stopping an unexpected breakthrough, protecting the team and ensuring control for the remainder of the hunt. Meanwhile, in another sector, Ethan's team deployed a different tactic, the corn trap. They scattered rows of corn across the open fields along the forest edge, terrain with a wide line of sight, perfect for positioning their formation. The corn acted as bait, luring the wild boars out from their hiding places. As the herd moved closer into the corn line, the team held absolute silence. He took careful aim. Then the first arrow cut through the air, swift and silent, replacing the thunder of gunfire. Startled, the hogs scattered in all directions. This wasn't just an opening shot. It was proof that the corn bait strategy, combined with the bow, could deliver a critical advantage in controlling this relentless invasion. The hunter's first success was quickly put to the test. Before long, another wild boar crept into the field to feast on the corn. Each slow, deliberate step of the beast only fueled the hunter's impatience. Unable to wait any longer, he raised his bow and released an arrow. Yet in his haste, the shot veered wide, missing its mark. The boar escaped, for now, but the warning had been delivered. The hunter's presence was known, and the battle between man and beast was far from over. After a long, grueling day of fierce battles, night finally settled over the fields. As darkness cloaked the land, Jonathan's team prepared for a different kind of fight, a battle of wits against the wild boars that lurked in the shadows. Every detail had been carefully arranged, spotlights, rifles, even thermal sensors ready to track the beasts in the pitch black. The tension was palpable, each second dragging heavier than the last. Then came the sharp crack of gunfire, echoing through the night, sending the boars scattering in fear. In moments like this, one truth was undeniable. When it comes to protecting the harvest, man will always hold the upper hand over those who dare to threaten it. Jonathan and his team stayed laser-focused, every shot landing with precision. The wild boars scattered in panic, yet they couldn't escape the barrels of those determined protectors of nature. Stay sharp, folks. Every pull of the trigger from the hunters is another step in saving the farmer's harvest.
Nice. What are we thinking now?
I think we got this thing won, man.
This is the first pig that we... So the point of this contest is main plot is heaviest 3 pigs. And then you got smallest pig, biggest pig, and most pigs as side pots. Who knows?
Oh my gosh,
a stud, a little a beast right here. That's a big pig.
I'm 260.
Yeah.
He's
Dawn broke, and the crew headed home after a long, grueling, but unforgettable night hunt. Now it was time to savor the payoff. The wild hogs they'd taken down were sprawled across the truck bed, a fitting punishment for the havoc those beasts had wreaked on American farmland.
So yeah, we got 19 total. We got a couple good ones.
You're not even off the ground yet. Don't look, you gotta guess. Hold on.
270, 260. I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay, we were pretty on the money with that. That's first sow. Usually how it goes is the boars will look really big and they're really not as big as you think, and then the sows don't. What is it?
175.
Oh my gosh. That is.
Wait, that's not possible. I'll do it. There's not possible. That's not.
There's another one filling up.
The very next night, Jonathan and his team were back at it, continuing their mission to protect the farmers' land and
crops. We got on a sounder.
Armed with the same cutting-edge gear, they moved into position like a well-oiled machine. In the stillness of the night, gunfire erupted, shattering the silence and shaking the very ground. One by one, the wild hogs went down. Their advance stopped cold. The outcome was undeniable. Victory belonged to the hunters.
All right, we decided to call it early tonight. It's not a big pig, and then we had these two first pigs, and let's see if I got better light. This was all made probably within the past, I don't know, within the past hour, 30 minutes.
Yeah, this is one.
That's from one. Ask any questions down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next time. See ya.
Let's shift our focus to Ethan. As night slowly fell, with his round face and steady demeanor, he was fully prepared, just waiting for the prey to appear. The surroundings grew eerily still, the silence almost absolute. Then, the moment came. The prey emerged. With a single, flawless shot, Ethan brought the wild boar down. After 2 long nights of hunting and a few days of rest, Jonathan returned to the field with his team. With the same fiery spirit as before, the squad moved back into position, ready for battle. Shots rang out non-stop, rifles swung with precision and grace, and the herd scattered in panic. One by one, the wild boars fell. Once again, mankind asserted its dominance, a fierce reminder to the wild boars, never dare to destroy the harvest.
All right, it is currently already turning into daylight hours. It's focusing. I'm still trying to learn this new camera. All right, 207. 20. But yeah, we have plenty of good footage. We'll roll this footage and we'll roll some more footage in a second while we... 2, 1. Solid.
From the deep woods to the open fields, from daylight to darkness, today's hunt was only a glimpse of a much longer war.
Ready?
Wild boars are not just another wild animal. They are the greatest threat to American agriculture and the environment. Every year, the damage reaches into the billions of dollars. Ecosystems are disrupted, crops destroyed, and the safety of rural communities remains in constant jeopardy. But humanity does not stand still. Through modern technology, disciplined teamwork, and unyielding resolve, hunting teams have proven that this invasive force can be controlled. Not only with rifles, with bows, or with traps, but with the strength of communities united by one mission, to protect the land. And the final message to remember, this is not just a hunt. This is a battle to defend our crops, our homeland, and the balance of nature itself.
Ask any questions down
If
in
you
the
believe in
comments.
this
We will do
mission,
our best to
hit
answer
like,
them, and
leave a
as always,
comment,
have an
and
amazing day,
subscribe
I
to
will see
stand
you
with
guys
wild
next time.
hunters.